Hello, this is Pat O'Connor, and the topic for this video is what are the options for obtaining a cost segregation report? Cost segregation reports, in summary, are typically the results of a process that includes a site visit to the property, identifying the types of property that qualify for short life depreciation, either 5, 7, or 15-year depreciation, quantifying the amount of each of these items that qualify for short life depreciation, calculating the replacement cost new, what it would have cost to build these items that qualify for short life depreciation, and then finally estimating the value of each of these items that qualify for short life depreciation depending on their effective age and condition. So the typical and historical process for doing a cost segregation report involves a site visit for each and every property. But there are two other options. In addition to the process that involves a site visit, there's also a modeling approach and there is a virtual approach. Let's talk about the modeling approach next. We have done assignments where someone comes to us and says, I have 150 restaurants or dental clinics that are virtually identical. They're very, very similar in terms of the construction and other features. And we're interested in cost segregation, but we're cost sensitive. We really don't want to have someone go inspect each property and incur the relevant costs. And for those types of assignments, we can do an excellent job by identifying 10 to 20% of the properties and using a modeling approach. We do an analysis of all the properties. Say there's 150. We'll prepare a spreadsheet summary of all 150 types, see which are a little bit different, which are the most similar, and then we'll pick 10 to 20% or 15 to 30 out of 150 and do site visits of those properties and then extrapolate the results for the balance of the properties. The third option is a virtual site visit for a cost segregation report. And you may wonder, well, how in the world can you do that without visiting the property? Well, we have done over 10,000 cost segregation reports, over 1,000 each for office, hotel, apartment, warehouse, retail. We've done just about every type of property you can imagine, and oftentimes 100 plus or more of them. So we have an incredible archive of data regarding the amount of property of each of the types of short life property that are found in apartments, office, retail, warehouse, hotel, etc. So for smaller properties, it can become more difficult to justify the cost. Say someone is interested in a cost segregation report for a $200,000 rent house. Now, if we were to quote a fee of $5,000, it probably is not going to make financial sense for the investor to obtain a cost segregation report. But if we could do a virtual cost segregation report for $500 that identified 80 to 90% of the benefits, that makes a lot of sense for everyone. We can do it. It works for us and it works for the client. It's a credible report. It's not exactly perfect, but it is credible and very likely well supported. And other smaller properties, such as smaller commercial, 5 and 10,000 square foot commercial buildings, are excellent for this approach, where the total cost of the property was maybe $500,000 to $2 million. These are great candidates for virtual site inspections. We can identify 80 to 90% of the property that would qualify for short life depreciation, do a credible analysis, and generate the report, often for well under 1/2 of the cost. And the issue is about half the cost, maybe 65% of the cost of a cost segregation report is having a person travel to and from the site, and it's a combination both of the person's time, often 2 to 3 days, to travel to, do the site visit, and travel back, and then the hard costs of travel, airline, rental car, hotel. So in the cases where the property is smaller, a virtual cost segregation report is an excellent option to obtain the benefits of cost segregation without incurring a fee of $5,000 to $7,500. Thanks for watching.